welcome to Do Space's Make a Long Summer Series video. My name is Kim. I am a community learning specialist with Do Space, and today we are making foam stamps that you can use to stamp different things, especially if you want to stamp our passports, our physical passports that we are doing for the summer, if you request that. They are made out of some really fun things, foam, cardboard, markers, things that you have around the house. So let's get started. So for the materials you'll need, everything you'll need, it'll be probably just you can find around the house. So you'll need some foam, some craft foam that you can find at a store. Mine's fairly thick. You'll need a pen, you'll need a glue stick, some cardboard, a pair of scissors, and some markers. The first thing you want to do is practice drawing out how you want your stamp to look. So for example, I'm practicing on a piece of paper the Do Space logo, and something that you want to remember and consider is that you want to do it as a mirror image of how you want your stamp to look. So for example, I'm actually drawing mine backwards, or in the opposite way of how our logo actually looks. And this is because once we mount our stamp, our foam, onto a board or on that cardboard, you'll want it to be a mirror image or backwards. So when it stamps, looks the correct way and is the right look of it. Okay, when you practiced your design and you feel comfortable drawing it on your foam, get your piece of foam and start drawing. So I am using a ballpoint pen to draw on my foam, and there's a couple reasons for this. I can see my design, which is nice. It also allows for kind of a smooth drawing, whereas if I used a pencil, you might not always see because the lead might not show up on your foam, and also it has a less likely, chance to break, like the lead breaking. So I'm using a ballpoint pen. Now, when you're drawing your design, you want to think about how negative and positive space. So for example, everywhere you see the yellow is going to be your positive space, and that is going to be how your stamp looks. And everywhere you see the blue ballpoint pen, that's your negative space. So that is going to stay white on your stamp. So once I start putting the ink of my marker on, it's going to rub all on the yellow part of my stamp, of my foam, and it's not going to get into those crevices or the lines of the blue ballpoint pen. So that's kind of how you can think about how your stamp is going to look, which is why I'm kind of drawing in on my D and my O of do, and you'll see that I am going to go back over the lines, make them a little bit deeper, a little bit thicker even, just to make sure they're in a nice good negative space so the ink of my marker doesn't go into there and I have a nice clear sharp lines for my stamp. So once you are finished with your design on your foam, you can now put it on your piece of cardboard as kind of a mount. So you'll just want to take your piece of foam, turn it over, and take any kind of glue stick that you have at home and just glue right on the back. So just a little bit of glue goes a long way, you don't need a lot. And then you can just put it right on your piece of cardboard. Remember, you want to keep it mirror image. You don't want it to look the right way, you kind of want it to look the wrong way. So when you do use your stamp, it is the right way. And then you just take your marker of your choice and just start kind of coloring onto your piece of foam. Again, you don't want to press too hard because you don't want to get into the lines or crevices, because that's going to be your negative space and your yellow part is going to be your positive space and what's going to show up on your stamp. So now you are ready to stamp your stamp on a piece of paper. So turn it over, press down on the back part of your cardboard, give it a nice good press, and there you go. You have now a stamp that is reusable. You can kind of wipe off the top of the marker, you can put different colors, The cool thing about this is that with such different easy materials that you can just make as many different kinds of stamps as you want. Another way you can make your stamp is by cutting it out. So you would do the same thing where you might practice your design on a piece of paper, but I'm just going to be making a simple L. So you can just draw that. I'm just drawing that directly onto my foam, and then I'm going to cut it out. And so now we don't have to think about positive and negative space. We won't have to think about what is going to show up on your piece of paper, because as I'm cutting this out, I'm not making any kind of designs on the L. It's just going to be my letter L. And that is going to be my stamp. So just like our Do Space stamp, we're going to put it on a piece of cardboard. But again, we kind of have to think about it in terms of a mirror image. So it needs to glue on backwards, just like that. So we're going to put the glue on the right side so that we are gluing it on the cardboard wrong side or backwards. So I'm just adding that glue onto my foam stamp. Then I'm going to swap it over, press it down onto my piece of cardboard, and there you go. I have my stamp. It is mirror image, it is backwards. So now, just like my Do Space logo stamp, I'm going to take a marker and just color it on. And one thing we don't have to worry about is that, again, that negative and positive space. Everything is going to be positive. I just want an L. That's all I want, so I don't have to think about any kind of lines. And so when I press it, I'm going to have a nice clear stamp of an L. So that's another way you can go about it. So you can see I've made a flower one, and here's my Do Space one as well. So there you go. Here are my 3 examples of foam stamps. There are a lot of different ways that you can make them. They're fun, they're easy, and you can use them on our summer passports. You can request those at our website at dospace.org. The link will be in the description below, so check that out. Also stay tuned every Tuesday for our summer make-along videos and every Thursday for our summer STEAM challenge videos. Thanks for joining me, and have a good summer.